What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bad Signal. It's HIS Beam here, and sorry for the couple months. My other half for the channel, the President Chip, he just hasn't been really running into too many stories. I have quite a few old stories, but I'm really focused on my other things that I'm doing in terms of a creative output and just personal life stuff. However, let's get into this story. You guys see the title. This is about an insane customer who blamed us for his marital issues. So, this customer, he comes in. We'll call him Lenny, right? So Lenny comes in, right, and he immediately, you can already tell he's kind of upset, right? He's kind of blaming my coworker for something, because they sold him a phone, and their issue now is that the phone won't display anything, basically. The phone he had was a Samsung Galaxy A15. Now, I really like Samsung devices. However, the Samsung Galaxy A15 was pretty bad. I mean, it's a budget-end phone, but it had this issue where basically it would turn on and, like, it can display things, but it would be too dark for you to be able to see anything, and turning up the brightness would not fix it, right? So he's really upset about this, and he wants a new phone free of charge. Not happening, right? So my manager ends up talking to him, and my manager basically explains, like, look, you don't have insurance and the phone's broke, camera was broken, and you have to buy a new one if you want a new one, and there's no way we could get your data. And he just starts flipping shit. His exact words, this is where the title ties into it, his exact words was, the word divorce has been brought up over this phone, because his wife previously wouldn't let him come to the store and make himself act out like a fool, right? Because he came while his wife was away doing something else, right? He ends up, like, leaving and coming back in the store multiple times. You know, he was like, who's the manager? And my manager's like, I am. And he was like, well, then I want your boss. And he's like, no, because, you know, his boss isn't going to be there, and he's not going to give his boss's phone number. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why? You know what I mean? He's just following the rules. Eventually, they come up with a resolve of filing a claim through the insurance company, even though he doesn't have insurance. There was a way they were, like, able to manipulate it. I think, like it wasn't actually like an insurance claim, but different intricacies with it. You know what I mean? And it had to be under, you know, the wife's name, because the wife was the primary account holder on his account with us, with, you know, the company I work for. So, you know, so my manager was like, hey, what's her birthday? And he starts losing shit again, because he's like, that's sensitive information. Why would you ask for a lady's birthday? I'm not telling you. And then he's like, well, then you can't get a replacement. It's like a claim for a broken phone. Like, let's be for real. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, eventually the phone gets shipped. And there's some more to this. It ends up getting shipped to the wrong house. We end up figuring out he ends up getting the phone, you know, stuff like that. But it's just crazy that he blamed his marital issues on us. And we still talk about it to this day and make fun of him for it, because it's just the craziest shit. It was so funny. And this was the first, like, actually pissed off customer that I saw in the store while I was working. Because this happened like a couple months after I started. So this was just really funny to see. And it was just like, wow, you were really willing to you know, your wife was willing to divorce you because you're a piece of shit who wants to take your anger out on some retail employees. And they're not the ones at fault that you didn't want to get insurance. And they're not the ones who made your phone break. That's on you. You didn't have a screen protector. You didn't have a case. You didn't have insurance. You know what I mean? That's all on you at the end of the day. Why are you taking it out on us? It ain't our fault she's threatening divorce, dog. It's you. You're a piece of shit. But that's everything I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next Bad Signal episode, whenever that may be. Peace.